Alrighty, hello, and welcome back to some card game shenanigans. Hope everyone's had a good day so far. Hope everyone's having a good one. Oh, I apologize. Got to bed very late last night, as per usual. Friday Night Magic and all, right? And as per usual, I'm also wearing what I wore last night because I'm lazy and I basically just, once I go to bed at night, I'll throw the clothes on the floor, and in the morning I'll typically just wear whatever's on the floor. So here I am wearing actually like really nice clothing. Kind of sick. It's a very lovely purple shirt. For sure. So, first of all, we have our 2 packs. Second of all, what are we doing for today? Well, let's see. I'm probably going to be playing a bit of the new Hearthstone expansion. I have 2 decks that I can show off in Standard. That I think are kind of fun and interesting. It's the only ones I've built so far. It's partly because of those with the legendaries I hit from pack openings and stuff like that. I'd like to play more than those decks eventually, but for now they're doing pretty. They're interesting, but I am getting slightly bored of one of them in particular. I've tried them in Wild as well, or I tried the first one in Wild, and it just did not perform very well. And I have to say that's credit to the rotation. The game has like switched its speed up so much now. So Standard has gone back to being a lot slower, which I'm really happy about. There's also probably some Tarkir stuff that I'll look over, because we're basically at the end of all of the stuff, because it's coming out next week. So I will have a squizzy at that. There's another thing I want to look at. We'll look at that actually right away after this. Is VCard has released its new rule set and a bunch of stuff, and I want to have a look over some of those things and talk about that, because I'm very curious as to what they actually finalized with. So, first of all, let's just open packs though. If you're wondering why I chose Phyrexia, I just fucking was like, I don't know which ones I want to pick. I'ma just pick whatever. This is the last packs I'm getting from the store from winning and all that, so I don't know what the order is for these ones, so cool arts card though. I like those. Looks like the front is the main ones. So Minx, interesting. What do you do, Minx? Oh, Minx. Because it's the dude from D&D, I believe, right? Beloved Ranger. When he enters the battlefield, create Boo, a legendary 1/1 red hamster creature token with trample and haste. And then I can X until end of turn. Target creature you control has base power and toughness XX and becomes a giant in addition to its other types. Only activate as a sorcery. Okay. Seems interesting. I do not know. I mean, I might try and make a build around that. That'd be funny. That is very pretty. What is that? Blade Belly Rat. Look at that. Oh yeah, the thing's still swapped around. Give me a second. So now it should be readable. Camera. Man, that's a really good toxic card, right? That's a very pretty card. I like that. Let's have a look. I'm curious. Did I misspell that? That's really weird. That's not showing up the card. ELIGHT. Okay, that's very weird. Is this gonna show me it? It just doesn't exist, apparently. According to the trading thing. That's weird. I go here. Yeah, it exists here. It's not worth much anyway. It's what I kind of expected as much. It's a cool looking card though. If I ever do a deck with thing, I definitely want to run with that. What's this one? Hellraiser. The spell costs 3 less to cast if you have 9 or more cards in your graveyard. Flying, when it enters the battlefield, exile 3 cards from the top of from your graveyard, or 3 cards at random from your graveyard. Choose a non-creature, non-land card from among them. Albeit, you may cast it without paying its mana cost. Okay. Oh god, there's all of them in the style. I forgot about that. Necrogen Rock Priest. That one's actually a pretty solid one. Whenever a creature you control with Toxic does combat damage to a player, that player gets an additional poison counter. Oh boy. Another Blight Valley rare. Vat Emergence. A target creature from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control and proliferate. Vat of Rebirth. Whenever another artifact or creature you control is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, put an oil counter on this. Remove 4 oil counters from it. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Ooh, I actually like that. Incubation Sac enters the battlefield with 3 oil counters on it. Remove them. Create a 3/3 colorless Phyrexian Golem artifact creature token. Not bad. Annex Sentry, Toxic, and when this enters the battlefield, exile target artifact or creature an opponent controls with mana value 3 or less until this leaves the battlefield. Not too bad. Charge the might, choose one. This deals damage equal to the number of creatures you control to target creature or planeswalker, or create 2 1/1 colorless Phyrexian Might artifact creature tokens of Toxic 1, and this creature can't block. Indoctrination Attendant. God, what a fucking ad. Took me a moment to try and read. Toxic 1, because all of them are fucking toxic. When this enters the battlefield, you may return another permanent you control to its owner's hand. If you do, create a 1/1 colorless Phyrexian Might with you know the spiel. Eye of Malkor. When it enters, scry 2. This is an artifact. Whenever another artifact enters the battlefield, under your control. What's going on? Oh, that's really shitty if they do that. Okay, give me a sec. I'll move that to the side. Alright. What are we doing here? I'm opening a couple of packs that I got from playing Magic last night at my LGS. Whenever another artifact enters the battlefield under my control, this becomes a 4/4 Phyrexian Eye artifact creature until end of turn. Okay. And then that's a really pretty land. That's a really, really pretty land. Fever Analogy's evil. That does suck, Roger. I do know that, but that's a nice looking planes. Like that style. That's cool. What kind of packs? It's just the, was it Phyrexia all be one, because I decided why not. But either way, good old Minx Beloved Ranger is always a cool idea to see if I can build a card around, like a deck around that. And then here is the second pack. So based on that experience, I should probably be opening from the back, because it looks like the good ones are at the front. So, nice art card. What is this one? Quicksilver Fisher. Oh, it's got kind of cool. I like art cards, but I also don't need them really, so, you know. Alright. Got a mountain that's also the pretty style. That's just, I guess these are the Phyrexian style ones. I've never seen these, so I guess people don't really like them as much as I think that. That looks really nice to me. Let's see. A Stinging Hive Master. Toxic, because everything's toxic. When it dies, create one of those little Phyrexian Mites. Not too bad. Gulping Scrape Trap. What a fucking name. When it enters the battlefield or dies, proliferate. Ooh. Echospit Basilisk. A Death Touch with Toxic as well. A Chrome Prowler. This has Flash, and when it enters the battlefield, tap target creature and opponent controls. It's a Phyrexian Cat. Why not? Malktor's Watcher. Flying Vigilance. When it enters... Oh, sorry. When this dies, draw a card. Okay. Necrosquito, I think is how that's supposed to be said. When it enters, It enters with 2 oil counters on it, gets 1/1 for each oil counter on it. Whenever another creature or artifact you control is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, put an oil counter on it. Lots of oil counter stuff as well. Rib Skiff. God, that looks fucking wild of an art for that. The art for that, right? It's a boat with, like, made out of, yeah, well, ribs, right? Toxic 2, when it enters the battlefield, draw a card, and it has crew 3. Not too bad. Uncutats? Retrofit? Oh, I don't know. Toxic 1. When this enters the battlefield, up to 1 target artifact you control becomes an artifact creature with base power and toughness 4/4 for as long as this remains on the battlefield. Okay, why not? Then we've got Furnace Punisher, and the cool style that this set seems to have. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, this deals 2 damage to... Wait, what? At the beginning of each player's upkeep, this deals 2 damage to that player unless they control 2 or more basic lands. That is a hysterically funny card. That's bad. But it's also really funny because I could see that being used in certain things. Versus, like, much better players have way scarier, like, land bases, no basics sort of thing. Kimber, Car Enduring. When this or another cat enters the battlefield under your control, attach up to 1 target equipment you control to that creature. Equipped creatures you control get +1/+1, and you can spend 3 and 2 white to create a 2/2 white creature cat, white cat creature token. That's an interesting one. White equipment sort of cat deck, I guess. I could see something about that. Persistent Siphoner, Flying and Toxic, and a good old poison counter. Which is always a good time. Got a question for you? Go right ahead and shoot. Asking me if you can ask a question is normally the best way for me to not want to ask her a question, so. Building a gamble deck, you know, any cards? I mean, depends on what you're wanting with it. Like flip a coin or pick a number? I mean, okay, so immediately that is reminiscent of one deck that I've designed. I don't know if this is quite what you want. Which is my High Rollers deck, I think. I don't know what its actual name is, but it's just a funny deck that I have. That I haven't built it, because it's just not a good deck. And it's gonna take a lot of effort to go find parts for it. Give me a moment while I load things. Alright, where am I looking? I'm looking for... RNG. There it is. So I believe this is still legal. Yep, this is still legal. So this is a deck about rolling dice. I don't know if this is quite what you want to look at, but it's reminiscent of some of this. Yeah. It depends on what You're wanting with that, yeah. I think this is the only not actual true legal card because it's an Infinity card. Like this is a deck you can't probably pull up to an actual tournament or anything with, but if you're playing casual with friends or something like that, this is probably a good shout. So what this is doing is basically every turn you're going to be probably rolling about somewhere between 1 to 6 dice. Is genuinely how this one plays. Wish I was kidding. What commander is that? That is the Mr. House President CEO. It's from the Fallout stuff. It's whenever you roll. So when you're rolling dice, whenever you roll a 4 or higher, create a robot artifact. If you roll 6 or higher, also do that and create a treasure token. And the fact is, you're rolling a bunch of d20s, so you're kind of gambling with an upside because you're using a lot of stuff like Will here from the Baldur's Gate stuff, and most of the Baldur's Gate stuff is rolling d20s. There is a bunch of spells as well that roll d20s and stuff like that, as you can see here. This deck is not designed to be good. This deck is designed to do dumb shit. I also tossed in the bobbleheads because they also roll dice. And there's also, if you can kind of see behind me here, there is the attractions, which is an infinity mechanic from here, for example. You get this dude where it's like when it dies, it opens an attraction, and attractions mean that you roll dice at the beginning of your turn to see if they open. And your attractions are like a secondary deck that you'll have. This is kind of the rough idea. This is a very good, like, it's a chance of being a good deck because I do have stuff like Rev in here still, and Academy Manufacturer and Nuka-Cola, so you do have still infinite combos going for you. You do have the Smothering Tide in here, just so you have more mana to work with, because this one does get really rough for that. But it's just kind of a rough idea. But yeah, there's a bunch of dumb, funny shit. So it's a lot of artifact-related silliness. Thanks for the info. Yeah, I mean, this is the fun part. I've technically only been playing since Foundations, yet, like, I'm someone that... I play a lot of card games. So I was very easy to learn all the stuff. Well, not easy. I'm still learning, but I was able to think through a lot of things and get there. I will say that's partly because, again, the amount of treasure you're making. The land base is garbage. That's an argument I've made here with this one. Don't know what they'll do, but yeah. Because it's what? Red, black, and white. I barely have any white in here. I think basically, yeah, I've got like one thing here and then Smothering Tides and a couple of things here. Trying to annoy your dad. So I will say, if you try and make this kind of deck, understand you're going to get bored by the end of playing it. This is very common, because you're just going to be constantly rolling dice, and it does eventually get tiresome for how much you have to do it. Just, that's why, like, partly as well why I don't want to build this deck, because I know if I build this deck, I'm going to want to pull it apart right after. And I can't really use a lot of these cards in other places, so... But yeah. As you can kind of see here, I design a lot of decks. Only a handful of these are ones I actually own. And some of them are like, for example, this one, I'm missing 5 cards, and I could build this. It's sitting behind me. And I believe I actually have those 5 cards in my cart at my LGS. Yeah. Oh, 6 cards, sorry. 6 cards. I'm missing 6 cards. And this is me sitting here, like, tempted to do this, but if I could only find a better laboratory maniac, and I'd be happy. But yeah, this is the deck here, where it's just, like, dumb shit go. Got enough patience. Yeah, I mean, so would I. Like, I'd get through the first game of playing it, but I'd probably just, yeah, never play it again. But yeah, I'm still tossing up what I'm gonna do for my next deck that I make, because, like, I have one that I'm gonna make when Final Fantasy comes out, and it's gonna be a try-hardy deck. It's not CEDH, but it's like, this is one that for, like, play-wise should probably be bracket 4. Based on everything, but it's just, it isn't actually a powerful. It's technically powered bracket 1. It's bracket 1 or 2, and it plays like it should be in bracket 4. Because at this point in time, based on the fact that there's no other cards that have gone into this, it's based on the Y'shtola commander from the precons, and it's an artifact storm deck where it's all of my artifacts are pretty much 3 mana or 3 CMC. So I trigger her constantly, I reduce the cost of the artifacts, I flicker them, all of that, and I have stuff like Curiosity, so whenever she deals damage, I draw cards. So she deals 3 instances of damage, so she'll draw me 3 cards each time she triggers. And then I have ways to cycle my deck infinitely. With stuff like, where is it? It's Elixir of Immortality, that one. Where it's like you tap it, gain life, shuffle this, and your graveyard into the deck. So you just infinitely go. And there's enough tutors to get this back out that you never have to worry about going too far and decking yourself. And yeah, like having a no library. And the best part is you can play at flash speed. There's a reason why I said this is a deck that I'm like, I'm gonna make it, but I'm gonna only have it for when I want to win. And especially with the group that I'm gonna be probably playing more with in the future, which is like high school friends, I need to have not that kind of deck. So I kind of want to make this one as well. This one seems funny. It's a lot of dumb graveyard energy. It'll also be the first time I actually kind of wanted to play with a battle, which made me surprised. I've never wanted to use a battle before. But yeah, this was one that I tossed together, which was fun. Very, very heavy self-mill. Very heavy. Use a what? A battle. It's, this card here. It's always fun. Hey, Devil, how's it going? But yeah, like, I've never really liked battles. I've never found them to be all that fun and enjoyable. There's decks that they're good in. Like, don't get me wrong, there are decks that they're really, really good in. Especially, you know, like, I have a mate that, at my LGS that plays, Jace. I can't remember the full name of him, but he loves multicolored spells, and a lot of good battles could be multicolored, so he gets a lot of those. And the best part is, when you, defeat a battle, you get to cast the thing on the other side, and because that's going to retain the colors of the previous side, it's going to be multicolor. That means that Jace will trigger off that, which is really good. Because it's a cast. When you do it, you do cast the other side. This one's a monocolor, mind you, but like that's the point still stands. And I only did this because it's like, it's a really great way of basically just giving all of my stuff, trample. Because the flip side is for each non-human creature you control, you may have that creature assign its combat damage as though it weren't blocked, which is basically trample upgraded. It's you cannot block these things. You can block them, but I can just not hit them. And it's all about the, these dudes, which are, like, power and toughness equal to, like, shit in your graveyards. I think, like, I mean, that's what the commander's for as well. Because you're making, where is it? Yeah, here you're making the tokens as well, which is just literally, power and toughness is equal to the amount of card types amongst graveyards. So I think it's all graveyards, if I recall. Number of card types among cards in all graveyards, and its toughness is equal to that number plus 1. But yeah, this was a deck that I put together after wanting to make another deck and not being happy with it, and then instead decided to do this one because I was originally wanting to make a winter cynical opportunist deck because I just like the idea. Like, I'm enjoying playing a lot from my graveyard recently, so I was like, oh well, I'll do that, and then I just didn't come up with one that I liked because I was kind of feeling the 2 colors a bit too restrictive for what I wanted to do, as well as some of the cards to make that deck work were starting to get too expensive. This one's already kind of on the spenny side, I'm not happy with, but it's also within a scope that I can actually accept. Especially knowing that, technically speaking, if I buy Winter's Precon and Desa's Precon, I get pretty much all of these cards. And then I just need to go buy a couple of extras. Because that's how I tend to design my decks. If anyone wonders, a lot of the time, outside of certain circumstances, I will look at precons and figure out how do I, like, make a deck from those precons. One of my favorite ones at the moment is I Don't Like Sand, and this one is, I want to say, like, 70-ish, or maybe a little less than that, % of it is Yuma Proud Protectors precon, which is the Deserts precon from Thunder Junction. And it's genuinely my favorite deck at the moment. Which reminds me, I have some cards I need to tick off my list that I own now. Because I grabbed a couple more of these. So give me a moment while I'll put the camera back on while I'm doing this, because it's kind of cool to be able to see me fucking around with the cards at least. That there, so you can sort of see stuff going on. Zazon, I love him. The annoying part is that like a bunch of the cards I'm missing are just really hard to find in New Zealand. Constant Mists and There was another one that I think I removed just because it was so irritating to try and find. I couldn't be asked keeping it in the deck, which was Small Frog. Okay, so I'm looking to see, I think it's Crop Rotation was one of the ones I added. Goblin Bombardment, Impact Tremors, and I think Feldars as well. There's the Crop Rotation. Now let's get that sorted out. So I'm looking for 2x Double Masters 161. That's the one that I've got. Which is just a incredible card in this deck. Do I actually have it listed that I've got Druid class? Yes, I do. That one. I don't think I need to look at sorceries at all, right? I think I've got all of the sorceries for this deck. Yes, I do. And I don't think I got any of the new lands. We're almost done with creatures as well. I think it's Mina is one of the ones that I'm missing. I think it's the... Oh god, is that the only creature I'm missing? Yeah, Mina is the only creature I'm missing now. Okay. I might still try and sneak Avenger of Zendikar back into the deck, because I've got it here, it's done me okay-ish. As a returning threat after board wipe. Okay, so there's the Goblin Bombardment anyway, I saw it over there a second ago. Let's put this in. So it is, yeah, it's that one. I just love the art style of these ones. Always makes me, real happy. I do need to get better at using it, because, I've constantly fucked up with it recently. There's the Feldar Retreat. Which I've got... Zendikar Rising. That's it. Yep, that's the one. If you're wondering, yes, I'm picky about making sure I put the right one into the right slot. That's right. So after I've done this, I'm gonna go look at the V card stuff because I want to look at the rules. I said that earlier, but we got distracted. There's the impact tremors. The Dragons of Takia. 140. Add to collection. This was the card that I was given by a friend at the LGS, so I'm very, very thankful to them for that. I need to reflip this. Got to do that twice now? That's everything. Cool. Still getting there. Still getting there. To be fair, what's going to end up happening is I'm going to come across the fact that, like, the rest of the cards can't be gotten in, like, New Zealand easily, and I'm then just going to, like, fizzle out with wanting to make more, work on this deck. It's always how it goes. That's what happened with Hashton, right? Hashton is still sitting there, not quite 100% done the way I want it to be. Still missing a handful of cards. Alright, let's now go... I know they had a Twitter post, so I'll go try and find that. Okay, so there's a learn to play page. Let's have a look at that, shall we? So there's a video about it. We will look at that later. Okay, immediately I see that some of the things I suggested are there. I'm not saying I was the only one that suggested them, nor all that, but I'm glad to see that some of the ideas that I put forward came through. So, what I'm seeing here immediately is card types, Power Level 8 or PL8 V cards. These feature Power Level 8 and come with unique abilities that offer strategic advantages. They can be played as both active and backup stage positions. Yes! Oh, they did that. Cool. They can also evolve into higher power levels. With Power Level 9, these can be evolutions of an 8. Playing a 9 as an evolution allows you to draw one card. That's a cool idea. I like that. Good job of directing you here. Yeah. 9s can only be played as evolutions. Basically single-handedly saved. Yeah. Powerful level 10. These are evolutions of 9s. So they did do this idea. Again, I want to stress, I'm not saying I'm the one that told them what to do and that I'm the one that, like, did anything towards this. We're just saying that these are the suggestions I did put forward. We've actually shown them. They're the suggestions, I believe, as well. So, playing a thing as an evolution allows you to draw 2 cards. It can only be played as evolutions. Cool. That's an interesting addition, I gotta say. The drawing cards. I like the idea of it because it speeds up the game. And I'm gonna just be honest, the fact I'm hearing backstage position is gorgeous. That makes me really happy because that makes I think they've already made the choices that I kind of wanted them to make. Mascot cards boost your active power by 1 if they match elements. If your thing matches the mascot, they also get an additional bonus. Only one mascot can be active at a time. Playing a new one overrides and discards the previous one. Okay, so I suggested making this equipment. They've decided to make it like a board effect to your... No, wait. Only one mascot can be active at a time. Playing a new one overrides and discards the previous. My question to this is it per player? I'm gonna have to see if that's per player or if that's like is it one card and it affects the entire field, or is it one card per player and it's their field card from like Yu-Gi-Oh? That'll be interesting. Support cards. Support cards come in 3 types: boost, reinforcement, and allies. Snap effects that trigger instantly and is discarded. Reactivate card played in response to a reactive card played in response to an opponent's specific action can be played on anyone's turn. An ally, attach it to a V card, discard if attached to a thing after combat. Wait, discard if attached to the active V thing after combat. Oh, that's a bit weird wording. But we'll see how that goes. Card effects, snap, effects trigger once when played, swap, switch positions between two of your V things, backstage with backstage and backstage with active. So yeah, you got different ways of doing that, cool. Lock, trigger, effect triggers when card is turned sideways, unlocks after combat, so stun. Passive, always active, triggered by another effect. Echo, triggers when played and immediately after combat. Adjacent is adjacent if is adjacent to nothing, backstage or adjacent to the ones directly next to them. Okay. Support card types, ally cards, green, attached to the side of a V card, boost, instant effect, then discard, reinforcement, purple. So these are going back to this stuff here, but it's got colors now, talking on it. Played on anyone's turn in response, yeah. Deck construction rules, 50 card deck minimum. Okay, interesting. Maximum of 2 different elements per deck. Ooh, interesting. That's a good choice, I like that. Must include at least 1 PL8. Yeah. Yep, that makes sense. Maximum of 3 copies of each support card. Maximum copy of 3 of each. So max copies of 3. Mascot can only have 2 copies though. Okay, got it. They have decided to go with reprint. With some of these. Looks like mascot and supports are going to get reprints. So that's important to keep in mind. Game phases. Shuffle your 50 card deck. Draw 7 cards. You must have at least one thing in your opening hand. So what happens if you don't? Mulligan rules. If you don't have one, reveal your hand, reshuffle, and draw 7 new. Repeat this process until you have a thing. Okay, so this I kinda like. But I kinda don't like. So this is where I'm gonna actually like put a little bit of criticism here. So I don't quite like that it's 50 card deck. I think this did not need to have a 50 card deck. I think it becomes really, really just too much. I think 50 cards is too much. But I haven't seen how combat works yet. We'll see how that goes. I'm gonna be honest. The problem I see with this is that, like, because you're just guaranteeing mulligans constantly, it's just like you're obviously gonna keep mulliganing until you get the thing. The hand reveal thing, you're revealing your hand when you mulligan, is interesting. Because that can give a lot of information to the opponent if you just miss. Because they can immediately, like, maybe you don't have it obvious what your deck is. And then they might see, like, something and you might have a combo or something. I don't know. Set your board up with 1 active slot and up to 4 backup slots. Place your card face down in active and backstage slots. So this is Pokemon setup here. Cool. So they did take that suggestion as well to the thing. First turn, on your first turn, turn all of your active and backstage cards up. Trigger any snap effects. Apply jolt effects to your active, not backstage. Then, turn structure, draw 1 card. Play actions, 1 mascot per turn. Any number of 8s you can play, up to 1 active, 4 backstage. Cool. 2 support cards max, include any reinforcements used on your turn. Each VTuber card can evolve once per turn. Yeah. Alternative, discard 3 cards to draw 2 cards. if you do this, it's the only action you can take this turn. So that's to try and stop bricking events, where you get like a bunch of cards in hand that do nothing. I don't think that's necessary. Again, I'm gonna be honest. This is a rule. So this is where I'll say, this is a rule you add because you've got a 50 card deck. In the nicest way of saying it. You may also pass your turn without taking any action. Cool. Combat. After each player takes 6 turns. Alright. Still gonna keep the long thing for that. Combat begins. Compare the power level of each player's active. The player with the highest power level wins the combat and gains 1 point. If a player has no active or backstage V card available, that player loses combat. The player who won combat goes first in the next round. Ties in combat. In the case of a tie, each player adds the same number of backstage V cards to total, matching the lowest available count. For example, if one player has 3 backstage and the other has only 1, both players will just add 1 V card to their one VTuber to their power level total. If still tied, no point is awarded and the players move to their after combat phase. Okay. That's interesting. What delightful game currently commands your attention? This one? So this is V-Card. This is the VTuber related, like, one, because they've just released a new rule set, like, this morning. Or, like, a few hours ago. Actually, how long ago was it that they posted? 2 hours ago. They posted this 2 hours ago. So I'm currently overlooking it because at the back when like the original rules came out, someone, Devil actually notified me about it. We looked through it and I realized a lot of the problems and I put through an email suggesting a bunch of changes. And while I'm not saying that that email of feedback 100% changed a lot of things, the fact is like these mechanics here are all some of the ones I suggested, and a lot of some of the stuff is kind of similar as well. But I still stand by. I don't think this should be a 50 card deck. I think this could easily be 20 or 30. I would argue, personally, my belief is that make it a maximum of 2 copies of these and make this a 20 card deck. I think that'd be way more interesting because it means that you can make more decks more faster, like more quickly. That'd be more interesting to me. But hey. So we'll see how it goes. And then this is the after combat in order. Discard both actives and all cards attached to them, unless there was a tie. Each player moves a backstage to the active. All locked cards become unlocked. Discard down to 7 in your hand. Trigger any after combat effects in this order, starting with the player that went first. Mascot, new active, backstage from left to right. Then echo effects activate after combat, and then player that won combat goes first in the next round. Empty deck rules. If your deck is empty and you need to interact with it, -1 power to all of your V cards or VTubers on board. Then shuffle your discard pile into your deck and resolve the effect. Winning the game, the first person to score 3 wins. Interesting. Oh, hello. Wait, they've done way more to elements. Wait, what? Yeah, so this is the correct way to do elements, by the way. Strong versus this, weak to this. You can kind of do a bit better consistency with some of that. Fuel, if there is an attached support card, you may discard it to trigger this effect. If X player has cards in their discard pile, trigger this effect, and status effect, target opponent board spot gets -2, doesn't stack. Okay. Mysterious vendor has most graciously endorsed your esteemed channel. My lord, what wording. I mean, vendors have not been around too much recently. Oh no, they did pop in a good few times recently, actually, I say that. It's always good to hear from them. Grass. Grow triggers once at the start of your next turn before you draw a card. Status effect, after each combat, reduce target power by X, and feed +1 to a different V card. This buff gets discarded after combat. Chain. Oh god, this is... okay. They gotta be careful, because this is getting very wordy. And some of these effects just feel a bit unnecessary to think, but hey. When placed next to a matching element, trigger the effect once. This does not echo continuously. Cool, fair. The next time your opponent affects this card, cancel the effect done to this, and then start at 0 +1 to coin pile each time it triggers. Coins are lost after combat, spent on specific card effects. And then Jolt triggers if the first card, if it's the first card you play in a turn. Positive triggers if in an active spot. Negative triggers if it's in a backstage. Circuit triggers if you have both a passive and a negative on the board. And Aftershock triggers at the end of your next turn. Tide, low tide, first 1 to 3 before combat. High tide lasts 4 to 6 turns before combat. Okay. Submerge, status effect, prevents new ally cards from attaching to this card. Forces an opponent's card to lock. Without trigger its effects. Got it. Then elemental advantage, yep. Additional mechanics, placement can be placed on both the active and backstage. You can have 1 active and 4 backstage at any time. You have to move a thing from thing to immediately. Got it. You can upgrade once per turn. Evolutions are placed on to the right of the card. Multiple VTubers can evolve each turn. Evolving to a 9 draws 1, evolving to a 10 draws 2. You may evolve an 8 the same turn you play it. This one's a questionable choice, because this creates a really, really accelerated gameplay, and I don't know how I feel about that. There's a reason why Pokemon doesn't allow for this, is that you can play the card, but you can't evolve at the same turn. We'll see how it plays out. We'll see how it plays out. Locking cards. Cards come in unlocked. You can lock your unlocked cards to trigger their lock effects. Locked cards cannot trigger their effects again until unlocked. Each card locks independent of each other, including other allies' things. Oh, good lord. Sorry. All cards unlock after combat during turning them back up. Locking an ally does not count towards 2 support / turn limit. Yeah, okay. Adjacent is not adjacent to... active is not adjacent to any. Backstage are adjacent to the VTubers directly next to them. This is important for certain card effects. Swapping. Swapping allows you to swap the positions of 2 of your things. You can swap between active spot to backstage or 2 backstage spots. Got it. Status effects are either applied to an opponent or an opponent's board spot. Status effects are permanent unless removed by another card or the VTuber with effect is removed. Only one type of status effect can be on a card at a time, and one per board spot. Okay. If a player tries to apply a different status effect that is already on there, it does not get applied. That's actually interesting. So that means first come, first serve with status effects. Got it. So it's potentially worth hitting yourself with status effects, if you can. And then, yeah, there's the things. Any searching mechanic requires? Oh, revealing the card, and then reshuffling your deck afterwards. Got it. Okay, so this indicates mascot is a 1 per player effect, not a 1 per thing. 1 per thing. 1 per game. That's cool. I'm liking this a lot. This is a lot better. This is a lot better. I'm gonna go see, because I'm assuming they've also got the library up again for it, right? Card gallery. I'm assuming these been updated to the newer architecture, or doesn't look like it. No, some of them have. Yeah, no, it's because it's lock and snap. Okay, positive, search your deck for an ally. Negative, swap the positions of 2 of your cards. Got it. And it's a lock. Got it. I like most of the changes. I agree. I think that the changes overall are exactly what the game needed. I think they're a great move. Like, I think, again, there's gonna be things that even I disagree with, about it. Yeah, so here's your first edition, which is the old one. So it's kind of been overridden to this. I'm going to have to question, are they going to errate those cards? Or not? Right? Like, are they going to be errated or not? If anyone's wondering what the fuck I mean by that, the card is still going to be considered legal and acceptable, but the contents of the card is going to be overridden to what it's supposed to be, but you can still play the original. So, for example, so this is the Juniper, that's the real one. This is the old one. Oh wait, it's actually pulling up, thank you. Yeah, so this is the first edition. So this is what it used to be. If I play this card, it's literally just going to be, technically it's this card. But it looks like this, right? Like, by rules sense, this is what it is. This is something that Magic has done a couple of times, and I think it's a good system from time to time. When, like, an example, there's a card I have that basically explain what the effect is it's a surveil effect, but it was before surveil was a keyword. So it was errated to be just surveil. As to just make it so it works and synergizes. It was reprinted later on to actually say on upkeep surveil instead of on upkeep look at the top card of your deck. You can choose to put it back or put it in your grave. That's what surveil is. Let's look at the top card, put it in the bin or put it on the top. I swear they've got more VTubers now. Or am I like fully misremembering? No, they're not. They're all still there, yeah. I don't know. But I do like the fact that they did choose to do the evolution I think the evolution's the correct thing to do. And it adds a lot more to it. There are new cards. I assume there's new cards, but I don't think there's new VTubers, right? Like, I know there's gonna be new cards. I just didn't, unless they've done like 1 or 2 for every element, because like, all of them still have like first editions. That's why I was like, I'm not sure. And then Queen was part of it? Okay. Because that's what I'm saying, like, I'm sure there's a couple of them that I just didn't remember, and I'm wondering if I'm just being awful for not remembering them. Does not get elemental advantage is quite nice. Ooh, the Guardians fucking search engines now. Search your deck for that evolves from one on your backstage. Or search your deck for a fire. Okay. Interesting. Can clear a status effect? That seems pretty good. Wasn't there a card before that just let you draw? Did they remove that? Battle Cry. Lock. If the attached V card has at least 11 power, draw 1 card. I mean, that's pretty good. Might be just losing my mind. I mean, I stand by. I kind of agree with that. It's like, I'm just not sure. Because I feel like there's a couple of them that I didn't recognize, but hey. Oh, can I just say, I absolutely love how they've decided to do the mascots. No, this is the better way to do it. So they've got an image up the top right of the VTuber. That's awesome. I love that. That's just genuinely better. I like that a lot. Can see the connection? Yeah, like, it makes it a lot more easy to track and more visual, which is just better. Just significantly better. I'm guessing these are like special full arts or something like that. God, these look cool. Are they the god rares? Is that what they are? No. Secret rares? Promos. Box toppers. Ah, box toppers. Ah, okay. So they're not legal cards. Got it. Kind of like your art cards. Kind of like what we have here with, these ones we got earlier, right? They're there to be pretty. I'm assuming what's going on with these as well is that, like, this is the artist signatures on these. for like who did these, which is kind of fucking awesome. Yeah, no, I'm impressed with the change. I think they've done a good job. I think this is a drastic improvement. And I hope, I'm going to say this now, I hope what is going to result from this is positivity. Because while I stand by, I still don't think the deck should be 50 cards. I think it's just a lot. It feels like the game goes on for so long with a lot of that, but also I haven't got cards in hand. I am not playing this game myself right now, right? There is actually, now that I say that, isn't there a tabletop sim for it now? Yeah, I think the tabletop sim is available. I might have a look and see if I get the time to nag someone to play that with me in tabletop sim, and see how it feels to play before I make like any hard statements. I could make the statements before a little bit more clearly because it was a bit more. The issues with the previous version of it were a lot more obvious, right? Like they were significantly more obvious. I think that they've done a phenomenal job bringing back from there. I'm just hoping that people treat them with nicely enough for the fact that they did, like the fact that they've decided to go, no, we're reprinting the cards, we're changing them completely. And if you've actually listened to what they've said, so I'm going to pull up the Twitter for this. So this is the tweet. Specifically here. This is why I say like 2-3 hours ago is when this all got thinged. So we've got new rules and mechanics, an interactive how to play video, so we might watch that in a second. PL8s, mascots, and supports are reworked. Free 2-player starter kit for first edition buyers. So there's a reward for having bought those things, so you do not lose out. Official tabletop simulator and unlimited boxes are already included in all new gameplay. So they've done a phenomenal job on this. I think it's really, really cool. I have to wonder how much what I sent through actually mattered. Like, this is one of those times where, like, I'll never know, probably. Which is kind of sad. Like, I'll be honest. I would love to have gotten, like, a message back at least saying, hey, you're part of the many voices. Because outside of the initial... So I will say this all out. Outside of the initial email I sent, I got a response, and I think I told about it before. I will look what it was, and I'll double check if I can actually say what was in it. Because there is obviously in-confidence argument. So give me a second. fact that I remember it. Didn't I link my stream that we talked about as well? I don't send many emails. Where's my send box? Come on. Okay, so I can't read out what was said because there is a clause at the bottom, which is it's confidential and is intended for a recipient sent receiving it. However, I will iterate that basically it was I'll take the feedback and forward it. I can iterate to that. I can't read it out specifically. That's one of those weird ones. I don't want to get into legal trouble, but I can iterate that. Yeah. So therefore, we do know that they at least probably received it. But to be fair as well, there's no way in hell I'm the only person that suggested those things. I highly doubt that I was the only person that considered some of these changes and suggestions and like pathways. I would assume a lot of other people came up with these ideas, put them forward as well. And because there was probably so many, it's impossible to go like thank everyone that did give such feedback. But yeah, no, I do. Yeah, that's right. I did give them the time frame as well for us talking about it and everything, because it was a big deal. I think it's really cool. Okay, so I'm going to play this. I want to see what this has got in it. Sorry that I'm going to be covering part of it. Fast pace. It's not very fast pace with 50 cards. And then yeah, so it is mascots per player. That's something I would like clarity on. They could. fast this is going through some of the things, it's making it a little jarring to read. Okay. Overall, solid video. I think it went through a lot of things really, really fast, and it made it a little jarring to try and read and experience. Would need to be paused for some people to read and understand what's going on. I'm gonna be honest, I'm a very fast reader. So what I would do is I would read the thing. So like if it was going through the things near the end there, where it's like this is the burn and all that shit, right? I was able to read through that line, and part read the VTube cut, and then it would flick past. And I'm confident most people aren't going to be able to read jack shit of what's coming up. So I will give them a little bit of credit, obviously, where like you can pause the video. It's also on the viewer, but. This sounds mean, and this is a programmer mindset here for a moment. You need to take as many things away from the user as you can. You need to make the user experience the simplest it can be. Adding the requirement to pause to read is never good. I have dyslexia and stumble on some words. Yeah, I mean, like, I've got the advantage that I have not really ever had any form of dyslexia in any substantial way. And I have, during my time studying and stuff like that, I had to learn how to speed read. I also read a lot of books when I was younger, so I'm like just inherently quite good for reading speed. I have no problem stopping the vid and reading. But that's the thing, you should not design something around the expectation someone's gonna do something. You should design things around the expectation they won't do things. Because then that means, and this is the thing, I stop the video and read most things. Whenever like card reveals or anything like that come through. I dislike when they go so fast and go past them, and that's wow, like I just don't like that at all. But if you're gonna like, because Legends of Runeterra was really good for this, it would show the card, it would show it for long enough to read. I would still pause to read it, and then that means that I'm like sure that I've read it. There is difficulties with that. Again, very minor complaint. I think that's something that either could be done something for in the future, or I should just shut my mouth and accept that it's not gonna get changed. It doesn't need to be changed again, like gonna just stress that. It doesn't need to be, but it is a thing that I would, personally, if I was to nitpick, that's the only thing I actually disliked about that. So it's not me saying like it's bad, it's me saying this is my problem with it. That's kind of understandable. It's, in a sense, it's positive criticism, because it's the only thing I can really complain about. I like the rules, though. I like the rules overall. I think there is a lot that can be done with them. I'm not gonna let go of the fact that I still don't think it should be a 50 card game, a 50 card deck. I don't know why. Again, it's gonna be one of those things that I'll be able to make a better gauge of what I'm thinking when it comes to that when I finally get my hands on the game to play. We'll see. I'm just gonna go quickly double check something, by the way. I'll be back in just a second. Oh, alright, I'm back. Just need to double check something. I will warn again today we have a viewing. That's what I was double checking. So I will have to finish up stream on the earlier side again. So I think I might move on to Hearthstone now, if that's alright with everyone. Cause yeah. Give me a second. I need to do a bunch of stuff if I'm gonna set up Hearthstone, because I need to think. He doesn't love us. Don't make me feel bad. Alright, let me close everything that is not essential while I'm doing this. I mean, I've got to do a shitload of work over the next couple of days because it'll be my main time to get editing done for the shorts. So I'll go through, smash through a bunch of that work to get done. Yeah. That's right, Hearthstone hates VTubing as well, right? Let me correct to that. Hearthstone does not like when I try and do it whilst doing VTube streaming. I'm wondering if I should just turn the VTuber model off and turn on the camera or something. Nah, people won't want to see that. It's probably the only way I can play though, effectively. See how it goes. I'll see if I can minimize some stuff in the background. Oh, but yeah, it's. Oh, I'm glad to see V-Card has improved, and I'm glad it's going in a positive direction. They still have room to work with as well. Like, one of the benefits they have is that, like, the suggestions I make at this point, the only suggestions I feel like I can make to the game are ones that would not change cards. And that's the big thing. It's ones that it's like, once people have played it a bunch, they'll be able to either decide if they like it or not. Which is good. Yeah, my computer is dying just a little bit while I'm trying to learn this, load this stuff up. Oh, sorry. I'm yawning a lot because very tired from last night. Like, to explain it best, I got back a bit before 10. I made some food. Sorted a couple of things out, like prep for stream today. I think that all took me till like 11, nearly 12 before I was like actually conking out for bed. Somewhere in that range. And then I just woke up really poorly. Can't focus in writing. Oh yeah, I did see the, I think that was the post on Discord earlier, right? That you made. Made me chuckle. Yeah, no, I saw that and I did giggle a good bit. Oh, actually, you know what I'm gonna talk on a little bit? Because it's relevant and it makes me sad and it was brought up yesterday and then it's exactly what we thought it was gonna be. We will now be saying goodbye to Mume of Hollow Council. You did not know she announced her graduation yesterday. Which is sad. It is very, very sad. I actually wrote a tweet on this that I think encapsulates exactly my thoughts on it. If you give me a mo, I'll have a look and grab it up. I'm just finishing loading this thing up because once this finishes loading, I can show stuff again because this shows my fucking email while trying to load it. Kinda hate programs that do that. Watched it this morning. Yeah, I haven't watched it, the thing yet. I've seen a little bit of the text, the stuff around it, so I kind of know what got said. I won't go too far into those things right now, because like I said, I haven't watched it myself, so I don't feel it's acceptable for me to comment on certain things when I don't know the full stuff. As is one of those magical things of, hey, sometimes people shouldn't comment on things because they might not have all the context. She was crying, I did hear about that. Yeah, it's... Yeah. Yeah. It's upsetting. It is. It really is. Because it's been, what, 3.5 years or something like that since Council debuted? It's a long, long fucking time, man. It's a long, long time. All I can say is I wish her the best, is the main thing. Alright, I'm gonna turn off the media player while this is loading. I'm not gonna probably... I'll just go find the tweet and I'll read out what I said. Because, again, I think it encapsulates exactly how I feel. Based on what I was saying. So I think it's like the last thing I replied to. Yeah. I cannot... so, in response to the graduation notice on the official Hollow Live EN tweet about it, so I cannot express how much this makes me sad, but all journeys have ups and downs. Those harder moments will never make me forget the the great times. Thank you so much, Mume, for all the great times, and I hope you the best with your future. That is my genuine thoughts when it comes to that sort of stuff. Is it's okay to say this makes me sad. You're entitled to. Thanks for bringing the mood down. Yeah, you're entitled to feel sad. You're entitled to feel angry. You're entitled to feel anything. But it's always best to be supportive. To be that feeling in a constructive enough way to recognize why. I'm sad to say goodbye to Mume because I absolutely adored her content, her personality. She was a very, very funny individual. And her highlights, her streams, even from time to time, because again, I'm more of a highlights viewer nowadays, helped me through times when I desperately needed distractions and things. There's always the possibility as well of her potentially moving to reincarnate, right? Like we've seen that a lot recently. I'm not saying that that's definitely the case or anything. I don't really mind either way. I'm not gonna demand something from someone when that might not be what they want. I will say that whatever her endeavors are in the future, I wish her well for it, and I will support her if I can, as I supported her previously. It's also a little upsetting as well, because I don't know if anyone remembers, but Mume is one of the next characters slated to be designed and released into my game, so I'm going to probably expedite that process a little bit. And once I might do something else. The reincarnation might be harder and further prospect than with Fauna. Yeah. Well, I know she's had a lot of issues with her throat. Has been one of the big things, right? Because I know that she's had a very bad throat for a very long time. That's why a lot of people were saying, like, maybe this isn't a graduation, but it might be a step back announcement. Because of medical reasons. But we all kind of knew what it was going to be the moment we saw the I have an announcement and that kind of imagery. It sucks to see. Every time I see that, it sucks to see. Because it's never fun to see someone of this community leave in any capacity. Which is the main thing. I don't think there's any way to say that that's not the case. Like this is the wild thing. Like, there's no easy way of wording around it. Am I upset and sad and I don't want to see her go? Yes, all of that. But I'm not gonna try and stop someone from doing something like this. This is her decision to be made. And I respect that, and I endorse that, and I support that. And that's why I say it's a difficult situation to be in. Also, God, my computer is dying miserably while this is loading. Sorry. Ugh. But again, the reason why I'm wanting to pull it up and talk about it so badly is because I feel it's really important to talk through emotions like this sometimes. To talk through thoughts and feelings. Because so many people don't. And because so many people don't, so many people end up not knowing how to feel or not knowing what to do. Right? And this is that, like, I've talked about it before. It's like, this is the whole thing of people are too scared to feel feelings, and because they don't bother to try and, like, learn how to handle feeling said feelings. Sounds really stupid, but it's very, very common. You know how you get good at doing something? You do it a lot. So instead of avoiding feeling something that you know you feel, instead let yourself feel it and learn how to process it and go through it. So I'm making a big deal about it's okay to be sad. It's okay to be upset. And again, I want to stress, it's not even that, as I said, it's not that I'm per se upset. It's that I'm sad to see someone that I enjoy and love watching and all that stuff go. It's also kind of sad because this means that now there is more graduates than remaining members of Hollow Council, which is kind of depressing to think about. Because Sana, Fauna, and Mume have all now graduated, leaving just Bay and Crony, right? Oh, such a fun group together. Ah, well. It is what it is. Ironically enough, that phrase there is the phrase that pisses me off the most with that kind of thing I was just talking about. Where it's just people go like, it is what it is, you can't... It's like, no, you can be upset. You can feel problematic with it. I'm just gonna turn the VTuber off for a moment to assist with the loading. Because the game just... the VTuber takes up so much of the space for this game. Do y'all want camera for a bit? Do you want to see me fucking looking a little bit messy and scruffy? How about that? We'll put that in the corner for a bit. Give us the ugly mug. Exactly. I need to move it in accordance with the things. Where is the... where is the backing that needs to be above? This one here. There we go. Yeah, you get my ugly mug for doing this, I think. I can also turn the primary screen back on, I think. Once this finishes loading correctly.
There you are! Back from your adventures?
There you are! Back from your adventures! I'll turn the music in-game up in a sec. Once I actually finish. There we go. I turn it down for myself because I don't like loud noises. Also, yeah, I can see my hair is a bit scruffy. Frost and holy spells and play 3 games. Gotcha, chief. Oh, cool, I got some gold as well. Yeah, reroll. Always reroll. Like, cards with... What have I been playing with Wind Fury? Oh, it's the Demon Hunter build. The Demon Hunter build gives me Wind Fury. Yeah, I forgot about that. Okay, so, I have 2 standard decks that I've been playing. God, I should stop, like, leaning over so badly. You can see how hunched over I am. You can also see how, like, excessively fucking colored I am from the goddamn, lamp again. You can also see how laggy the camera is. That's great. That's painful to look at. Alright. So we've got natural and we've got space. Let's play this one. This is probably the worst of the 2 in my eyes. The win rates are doing pretty fucking well. But that's also because I'm only at fucking silver so far, because I don't have much, standard thing. Goblin Squanner's cave over there. It's painful as well, because this is a dress shirt. Like, I'm actually really dressed up nicely at the moment, and then I'm just squatting like a goblin. It's great, right? It's great. But yes, I'm gonna flesh tube for a little bit because it's not as laggy, and I feel like it's better when there's at least something there. That's something I've really come to like think on for myself, right? Is that it's like I would prefer to have the camera on than nothing at all.
Hazelbark versus Urel.
Urel!
Fight in the name of honor.
I hate these fucking... I wish I could turn these stats off, man.
Here for a lesson?
Because they just piss me off. 10 2 play... 10 3 play... 10 1 play. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Alright. In a full suit to start VTubing. So, funnily enough, I'm not gonna show it, but I have an outfit that I love wearing, and it is the outfit that I designed the demon model after.
I salute
Like, straight up, he wears the thing I want. So, I like wearing. The game is still lagging miserably.
Hello, dear.
Okay, so, I am playing Imbue Druid. If you're wondering, it basically means my hero power is different.
Quickly now.
Okay. There we go. I hate that about Hearthstone. Lags out, like, in the most annoying ways.
Reporting for duty.
I just start making tutus. No, I'll just... Now I can make 3 threes. So, if you're wondering how this works, I have a thing that means at the start of my game, I imbue him automatically, which means I can summon a 1/1 plant golem. Every 2 spells I cast, I get to do that more.
Must have slept in.
So it gets +1/+1 for each level of imbue. So now I can summon 3 threes, and if you're wondering why I got 2, I have this dude that means my hero power triggers twice. So the idea is to kind of like spam spells, flood the board, and create a lot of constant threats, which is really fun. I enjoy this build out a lot. There is no way in hell they'll let that fucking thing get it goes. It's one of the either worst or best cards in this deck, depending on what kind of matchup you're in. Into this matchup, it's a pretty threatening card. I'm not scared of a 1-cost dragon. The fuck's a 1-cost dragon? Off the top of my head, I don't even... Oh, this is the one that they played earlier.
Starting the operation.
Oh, that's an annoying one. That's a very annoying one.
Quickly now.
Okay, that lagged at a really awkward time there. That made that turn a lot more complex than it needed to be.
Explorer comes prepared.
Okay. Um. Okay, let's think about this. I've got a lot of blowout options. I think I just make the 5/5. So again, like, this is where this starts getting obscene. I've already got it at 5, which means I've cast, what? An 8 spells or something? This game, and it's only turn 5, or whatever. It's really easy to generate a lot of value with this deck, and I like that. It's fun. Certain particles just fuck my thing a little bit too much. That's a potent card to get. There we go.
Mistakes of the past.
Yeah, that's fair.
Follow the flutterwings.
Hello, the flutterwings. Yeah, the 6-6, bud. You may have cleared my board, but I can easily repopulate. That's the idea. Problem is, they can also fucking repopulate. Jeez.
A good explorer comes prepared.
That was a lot of shit that just came out. 4 creatures summoned on just drawing cards. Incredible, you've lost.
You fight with nobility.
Impressively done.
Yeah, so again, point of this deck is to be fairly aggressive in a lot of ways. It does fall over to a lot of really good aggro decks that exist, especially the other one that I've got, the other deck that I've built. That one's... I don't know if I could ever beat that deck with this one. Let's lower the quality, see if that helps out a little bit with the animations and particles. But yeah, so this one's fairly self-explanatory. It's a pretty solid deck overall, I would argue. It's fairly easy to pilot as long as you kind of know the direction you're going. You're aiming for as much spell generation and control as possible, relying on your hero power to produce constant threats. So you kind of want to use your hero power, like, not every turn, but definitely on a frequent basis.
Here for a lesson.
To threaten out, like, more intensive plays. Because like things like Symbiosis and Horn of Plenty are really, really good. Living Roots is also one of the best turn 1 plays you have in this entire deck. And it will be the case to the end of the day, end of days. In my deck, okay. I'm gonna go with the cheap one.
My petal and thorn.
Okay, so Priest Imbue is not the most terrifying, but I've also gone versus only people that play it poorly, so I don't know what to say to it. It's a really good control tool for long term. So yeah, as you can see there, so what it is you get to choose between either a spell or a priest spell or a priest minion, and it costs however many imbues left. That was a really good hit there. That gives me a solid taunt. This also comes out with taunt on it as well. I believe it should come out with taunt. So that's a pretty good wall I'm gonna have for the early stages of the game. I'm probably going to play the Flutterwing next, because that's just going to get me to a 4-4 that this produces. I think the only thing I'm scared about them yoinking from my deck is the Malorn, right?
Follow the Flutterwings.
But yeah, so each imbue means this costs 1 less, which is the spooky part of it all.
Follow the Flutterwings.
Do that. I'm not gonna attack because it's just fair. Like no matter what, it's favorable for them.
Bring guidance.
Oh, okay, no, so it was worth me attacking it. No, it wouldn't have mattered. Either way, yeah. Okay. Is this till end of turn? Until your next turn. Ouch. So this didn't get taunt, which kind of sucks. Um, 4 damage to a target. Yeah, we'll do that.
Follow the Flutterwings.
Hey. Hey Matthew, how's it going? I don't want to use that actually. That's got too many hits that aren't great for me. There's one hit that's bad. There's one hit that's not so great, and there's one hit that's good. It's not worth it, right at this point. Okay. No VTubing today. We did VTubing earlier, but like it's hard to do the VTubing while streaming Hearthstone. It just it's so laggy already. So I thought, and I said this earlier, like my brain's going like, it's better to have something there than to have some and not have anything at all. So I'm just gonna have the camera on while I'm doing Hearthstone. Just showcasing some of the new decks and new content. So I'm playing my new Imbue Druid deck that I made during the week. Using, yeah, this is the legendary here that enables a lot of it. I know you can't see it through the chat, I'll explain it in a sec, but it's basically start of the game, if I only have nature spells in my deck, this gets, my hero power turns into a thing. Yeah. There's a lot of lag. There's a lot of lag. This has got some terrible hits.
Must have.
That is the best hit. And that says a lot. Cool. Now I make 7/7s. I can produce at least 1 7/7 for 2 mana every turn now, and I can probably get that to go further up. Make that 9 9s.
shadows are rising again.
I can now produce 9 9s. Love it. So again, imbue druid, this guy here, if you only have nature, imbue your hero power, so it turns it so this thing summons a 1/1 plant golem. Whenever I cast 2 spells, or once I've cast 2 spells, it will imbue in addition to other times I might imbue it.
I overslept.
And every time it imbues, it increases the stats by 1 that it'll produce.
The best view comes after the hardest climb.
So I can progressively keep improving these golems that I'm summoning. And I'm summoning 2 of them because of the sing-along buddy, which is my hero power trick service. Because otherwise, if they had summoned 2 of those plants, that would be absolutely obscene. I'm very strong right now with the stuff that I'm producing, though. I mean, I can kill him on board. He needs... Yeah, I was about to say, like, he is dead on board. I have, like, 30 damage. He has 20 health. It's a solid deck. It's just boring to play, because it's just... because of the way it plays, you don't feel like you're actually engaging with your opponent most of the time. You're removing their shit, you're hitting them in the face, you're wiping their board. Sure, you're actually engaging, but you don't feel like you are. Because you're just kind of like, how do I spend all of my spells to imbue as much as possible? But I appreciate, again, so this is the thing I will keep iterating. Since this expansion released, Hearthstone has slowed down drastically in standard, and it's so much nicer. The game's no longer feeling like it's over by turn 5 or 6. It actually feels like you can get to 10 mana now, which is really nice. Like, the fact is, anytime I've drawn Malorn, I have consistently been able to play it in that game. And that's getting to 8 mana, and normally I can play the thing behind it as well, which is another 1 mana at least. Which is really, really nice feeling. I mean, like, Mr. Vista, I get to play fairly frequently as well. In fact, I played at that game, it just didn't matter, because I was already too far ahead. That was kind of the reason why I played it, because it's like, I'm already ahead, I'm gonna do this, so I just generate a shitload of resources on the back end. It's a good solid deck. I'll play it one more time and then we'll switch to the Demon Hunter one to show that one off, because I argue that one's more fun, but it's way more powerful. I will say now, before anyone asks, did I come up fully with these decks? These are decks that I looked at what people were playing in the like the test environments, and then I looked at the meta reports, and this was built based on those sorts of things and my own beliefs. So, will I take 100% credit for these decks? No, but like that's the same argument anyone can make, right? No one can make 100% like, oh, I made this deck 100% me and no one else. It's like, well, not really. Oh, talking about one of the best turn 1 players. Oh, for God's sakes. Alright. Why do they always do this? Do I just remove it? I'm gonna just remove it instead of being fancy. Leeches can get quite annoying. I love people thinking that you build your deck around leeches in this, the way that the game plays, and not just the fact that it is a supplementary, tool. It's really funny to me. Oh god, okay, so I've got a choice here. Do I want to Flutter Wing, or do I want to Mr. Vista? I kind of want to Mr. Vista.
The best view comes after the hardest climb.
It's a 5/5 and I get the backswing effect of him. So to explain Mr. Vista, in Battlecry, in 3 turns, replay every single spell you've cast between now and then. It is a potent effect. So I'm gonna want to cast a lot of spells right now. And do quite threatening things.
Beauty all around.
All right. This is not the correct order, by the way.
My toys will be bigger and blastier!
They need a rest.
Job's done.
Okay, so he's at a maximum of 53 health. I'm at a maximum of 17 health that I can have. This is the problem with, like, the leech build is possible to get quite high up there, but hey. Oh, for God's sakes. Fuck off, would you? He needs 2 leeches and I'm dead. Okay, doesn't have the 2 leeches. board wipe though. Alright.
My blood for the Lich King!
Okay. So I'm at 7 max health now, by the way. To his 70.
Follow the flutter wings.
Must have slept in.
I do produce 11/11s now, though. He's on funny number. He is on funny number.
Corruption consumes all. Return from slumber.
That's fun.
Must have slept in.
Swarm them.
13/13 now for my plants. Good lord, they're big. I also have a board wipe now.
My
Which is good.
blood for the Lich King!
If you're wondering as well, one of my aims now is to ensure that I always have something that has less health than my my hero on the board, because if he plays leeches, I can't lose more health. 7 health is so much, so low. If he gets more of those like dudes that just like it steals more stuff, I'm kind of just fucked. Oh, that's a great card to hit. I'm just gonna draw for a spell.
Just a dream.
Asphyxiate, alright. Asphyxiation.
I grow weary.
Gain 5 armor and draw a card. That's a 5 mana 5/5. That's not a bad card, actually. What do you give me?
Druids of Azeroth, gods of the wild, the dream beckons.
Gonna do this one. There we go. Your headphones look great, thanks. They're good headphones.
I have seen creation.
Yep.
And I will bring
Ceaseless, that's not too surprising.
destruction.
I have my own Ceaseless as well. If only his stuff wasn't all dormant. Also, good lord. Oh, so what are you doing? Okay. Oh, that's a good hit. That's a really good hit. 6 mana for that.
Sorry, dearie. I can't.
So I need potentially 1 mana. Oh.
All right, Freebie, after me!
2 17/17s. Is it Haptic Eraser? No, it's Sony InZone is what these ones are. How am I? I'm alright. I'm alive, that's what matters. They don't like my board with that. Right? Yeah, they're just short. Oh, I get rid of one of them. And they get rid of the other one. No, they... Oh, because they don't have corpses, yeah.
Corruption consumes all. In any form, we defend the dream.
Play this. This is a friendly zone for digital artists. It's not a friendly zone for people coming in and chilling. I will say that I'm not one for door-to-door salesmen. If you're coming here and going, hey, I've got this that I want to show off, I'm probably not the right person. Nor am I going to hire anyone. Soy boy wearing headphones. Hey, now. That makes sense. I've just had enough times where people come in and it's like, oh, can you hire me for art? And I'm like, I'm good, thanks. Thanks for letting me know. Yeah, like I'm an artist myself. We've talked about art. I'm a game developer as well, right? I'm all good for like helping people out when I can and all that, but it's just like if you're coming in and going, hey, I can do this for you, it's like, cool, I'm not interested. And then so many times it's, no, seriously, I'll make a price that's good. It's like, okay, can you do it negative money then? Pay me for you doing art. It's like, no, it's like, cool, I'm not interested. And I mean it with the most respect. I'm not saying anything negative to anyone's abilities or anything. I speak poorly of myself well enough to know how artists are. I've done art enough of my life, so I despise doing art myself, actually. I got really heavily put off from it. Alright, let's show the other deck before I have to call the stream today. So we get to have a few games with this one. So this one is very different than the previous ones. The previous one was utilizing the imbue mechanic. This one, it doesn't utilize the newest mechanic a lot. The only one in here that I believe gives the Dark Gift is the legendary. But this one plays really weirdly for a class deck architecture that's designed to be hyper aggressive. This is probably the most like slow paced demon hunter deck that you can get while still being like relevant. It's very interesting. I'm still not sure I'm piloting it in the most like the best way, but it's also still got 100% win rate right now. So take that as you will.
The Scourge are no match for me.
I'll keep the legendary. Ooh, that's a terrible hand.
Death greets you.
I appreciate that.
Came here and said, hey, I can insult and laugh at you, and I got VIP for some reason. I mean, you got VIP for a variety of reasons. You can't fucking try and pretend like you didn't do a good bit of work to get there. You basically made me redesign significant parts of my game because of good suggestions. So you've deserved the VIP. It is he, hell yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's what happens when the computer lags too much. God, this is some very terrible plays that I'm about to make. Ooh! Ooh, that's not the rolls that I was hoping for. Got VIP after making a D's nuts joke. Was that actually true? That probably sounds about right. Okay, I need to, with the discover effect, I need to try and find the defense crystal. Would be best case scenario, or I draw a defense crystal. Wait, once it goes through the 6. Now! Damn it.
Nightmares are never forgotten.
There's the defense crystal. It comes with charge. I love that. Give me that.
Job's done.
So dark gifts are really cool. What a dark gift does is it gives it a bonus from the preset list. If I hover over this, you see a shitload of stuff comes up. Some of these are really good. One of them's like summon this, you get a copy of it as a 2/2. One of them is charge, which is what we just got, which charge means I can attack their face immediately, which is really, really potent. Right now they're probably thinking I'm on the back foot, which I kind of am. But into Wisp Mage, I do have a lot of longevity, especially knowing I'm about to get a taunt. And I'm about to also get 3 damage I can deal with my face. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. This goes here. This goes here. Now wait a cinnamon toast fucking second. How dare you? Why am I waiting?
Whoa there, Wispies!
Well there, Wispy. Give you VIP? Why am I giving you VIP? Why does everyone want VIP now? As an order? If you're gonna order it, you're not getting it. What's VIP? It's literally just nothing. It doesn't really do anything. I think it circumvents like subscriber restrictions. So if you have like subscriber mode only on, VIPs can talk if they don't have a sub. That's it. Which I don't even have subs on my channel, so it's literally nothing. No, Devil got it because he gave me a shitload of good stuff and he also got me with a really good joke. I think that was actually what happened. It was my way of giving some form of reward for the amount of awesome stuff that he had done for me. Roger doesn't? Roger talks on YouTube more than fucking Twitch. Why am I gonna give it to someone on the wrong platform? Hey, Freakazoid, how's it going? I mean, if you want to complain, like, the fact that none of y'all have got mod is more of a question you could probably argue to me. He's like, what do you mean? Also, I should probably explain what the fuck I'm doing. So this defense crystal is 4 mana, 3/4, Death Rattle, Starship, blah, blah, blah. This summons, okay, this summons, when on Death Rattle, a Death Rattle minion that costs 4 or less, and it summons a copy of it. Then this one is a 7 mana, 7/5 Death Rattle, resurrects a friendly minion that costs 5 or more, and then summon a copy of it. Fake Mela today, basically. Oh, perfect.
Well played. My hand is full.
Give me the person without a Twitch account VIP. That's kind of why Roger hasn't gotten it. If there was a YouTube VIP, I would have given that to Roger. But there isn't.
Follow the flutter wings.
There is not a YouTube equivalent currently. Not that I know of, anyway.
Runic strike.
Let's see. Has your camera always had that much lag? Yeah, so basically, as Matthew kind of said there, the VTube Studio is super laggy when I'm playing Hearthstone, to the point that the game's hard to play. It's already hard enough to play sometimes. The computer's just dying. The camera lags a lot less because it just lags naturally with the computer. That's, instead of causing lag. So that's why we're running it. That's genuinely pretty much the long and short of it. So the camera is just lagging because the computer is dying a little bit again. That's why I'm trying not to move around too much to like make it really obvious how awfully laggy it gets. Okay, can I just say there's a really funny thing I'm about to do about how this guy just fucked up. And it's really funny. Y'all want to see it? So this is a funny card here. Death Rattle. I destroy a friendly minion. So we destroy this one, and we get its Death Rattle trigger. Which is all good. Yeah. I'm gonna board white. His board. Not mine, obviously. And then I'm going to do this. Now, this also has an end of turn effect, where it summons a copy of whatever it destroys, and it does that every time at the end of turn. So that dude that summons Death Rattles, the Death Rattles that summon Death Rattles, I now have it infinitely producing as long as he doesn't board wipe.
Gods of the wild,
It's pretty fun.
dream beckons.
I think the only thing here that I'm scared of is him getting is the one where it's like, everything you kill, you get a copy of. That's the only one that probably wins him from here. So there's a secret element to this deck that I'm not showing yet on how this deck wins. So we've got the Starship, right? So what I can actually do is if we want to just kind of end the game, nah, I can't do it this turn, I don't think. Yeah, I can't do it this turn. Alright. Gonna have to wait a little bit longer. Just a little bit longer. Believe in the method. there is something I can do, and I've done this a couple of times, and I swear people don't understand, like, what is going on. The Exeter basically means I can kill him anytime now. Oh, nice. He's gonna board wipe me? Let's go. Okay, it didn't even board wipe me. Let's go. Even better. Board wipe me, please. I want to get everything back because I'm just gonna fucking propagate so much. No, you should have hero power. That was way better of a choice. Boo to you. Boo. Yeah, this is more than enough to kill him. So I'm gonna show how I kill him. So Exeter has an option for when you're launching the starship. So I'll do this. This automatically launches the starship. And then I can choose an effect. So the current thing is a 34, yeah, he lost, he just quit, okay. It's a 34-30 thing. I can make it deal its damage split amongst all enemies. So there is plenty of times I've gotten it to be something like 100 damage that I can just pop out, and I keep wiping their boards. So it's just sitting there like, I could just kill this person, but this is fun. It's a really, really mean combo. Looking at Magic the Gathering cards, dude, that's the best way to do it, man. I do that during stream. That's basically my work as well. So one that I found interesting, not sure how good it is, but it's interesting. Horizon Stone. Horizon Stone. I don't remember Horizon Stone off the top of my head.
Arana versus Arana.
The fuck does Horizon Stone do?
To win this.
Let's
The
see.
scourge
I'll
on
have a
your
look in a
back
sec
for
once I do my mulligan ship. Oh god, I'm versus another demon hunter. This might be the correct choice, actually, to just keep. Right. Horizon the Stone. Well, they're probably not the same build as me if they're running Illidari studies. Alright, if you would lose unspent mana, their mana becomes colorless instead. Oh yeah, I mean, just do that with, there's several ways to play that sort of stuff. Yeah. I mean, have you looked at, was it Omnath? I can't remember which Omnath it is. It's the one that has the Phyrexian mana. And, mana turns into black mana. Mana turns into black mana when it switches phases. And there's another Omnath as well. I think it's the original Omnath that's like green, unspent mana turns into green mana and it doesn't disappear between steps as well. Locus of All, yeah, that's the Phyrexian one. That one's pretty good.
Nightmares are never forgotten.
Locus of Mana, that's the other one that I was talking about, yeah. Ooh. I'm gonna pick this one. Yeah, Locus of Mana is one that I've actually considered making a thing around, because I believe its power and toughness is increased by your unspent mana, right? I believe that's what it was.
Feel devastation.
You gotta generate mana and not use it. Well, I mean, that's why we're suggesting the ones we've just said, right? Only green mana? Yeah, it's only green mana for Locus of Mana. That's why we're saying. So look at Locus of All. Locus of All is a Wooburg one technically, except it's one of its colors is Black Phyrexian, so you can actually get it out on turn on 4 mana. But it means that all of your mana turns into black mana as it transitions, right? Transition phases, as well as the Locus of Mana is green mana version of all of that as well.
I know there's a way.
So there's a lot of cool ways to do stuff like that, yeah. The colorless one would be interesting in like an Eldrazi deck potentially, because then you could be like excessively tapping to retain mana. With Brand of Fire. What's Brand of Fire? I can't remember that one.
Another soul.
I checked a bit and it's kind of hard to use with no color decks. It's like, it's not that useful. I mean, there's not many instances of situations where you would use it, but I can see it still being useful, especially if you've got like, whatchamacallit? Because it's just mana turns into colorless between phases and it doesn't disappear, right? That's what it was? Or did I misread it? If you would lose unspent mana, that mana becomes colorless, yeah. So you can let the mana just continuously retains as colorless. It's perfectly fine. Good with X spells? Yeah, I can see good with X spells.
Nurture the nightmare. So chaos.
I kind of want to save that for a later stage. Give that thread out there. That would take advantage from it. The card itself is pretty grey, but there isn't much to use it. I disagree. I can think of several situations it being really good, because keep in mind what you can do is you can hold your mana until the end step of your opponent. Like the last opponent before you, and then you just tap all your mana, so you then just have that colorless and free mana thing going through. So it's actually really good to use mana at that last moment and be floating a shitload of threat from that. It means you're not doing something on your turn? No. That means that you might be reducing how much you're doing on your turn. Doesn't mean you have to do nothing. There's a lot of ways. I mean, fuck it. Look at Millennium Calendar and add that to that and think about that as well as an alt win con.
Maybe.
And plus as well, like, there's nothing saying you can't be doing stuff on the opponent's turns. You could play it in a deck that plays flash speed. Like instant flash speed. It's not hard to do something for that as well.
Strike!
Didn't see that many colorless flash spells though, too. Okay, I've got a question for you. What is the rest of your mana in your thing? If you wanted to play with it, you can keep in mind that you can just use it as generic mana constantly to fuel the rest of your mana stuff. Yeah, like, it's kind of what I'm saying with, like, what Matthew's suggesting. It doesn't need to be a colorless deck it needs to go into. It's a deck that can use colorless mana. And I'm gonna be honest with you, that's basically every deck that is in existence. Like, pretty much at all. It still feels kind of limited for how good it could be. Okay, again, I'm gonna stand by, I disagree, but it's very clear that I think we're not getting through to you our kind of perspective on it. And I apologize that I'm not doing enough of a good job to explain that. I'm not gonna, yeah, they quit because I'm just gonna infinitely produce 44s with Wind Fury. It's a discussion. I mean, it's, this is why I say, like, it's not feeling very much, like, clear that because I'm also playing a different game, so it's a bit harder to, like, manage explaining some of the stuff, the details for it. But, like, understand any deck that would use X mana or has generic mana in it could use this card. Is specifically decks that probably have green so you can ramp, or artifacts so you can ramp, so either green or blue, or both, it depends on how you want to see it, to generate an excessive overflow of mana that you don't need to use, so then you can excessively utilize it. That's why I said Millennium Calendar is also a suggestion, because it means that you're working with, like, constant rotation of wanting to have all your stuff tapped onto your turn. That's what I would kind of argue with that. If that makes a bit more sense, maybe. So, while I'm not, again, like, it's one of those things that I'm not trying to say this is the top 100 card, but it is a lot better than it may seem because of that. There's a reason why Omnath, Locus of All, is one of the more popular commanders, because it basically does that, but just for black mana instead. In a deck that actually doesn't use a lot of black mana all the time. Which is funny. I still love, was it Brian Kibler is the best example of, like, the humor I have towards, like, stuff like Omnath. Is he played it on turn with 4 mana available, and someone on Twitter, and he posted a photo of it, And someone on Twitter's like, where's the last one come from? And he just said Phyrexia. And it's like, well, he's fucking correct. Like, he's not wrong. The last mana did just come from Phyrexia. It's just really funny to me. It's good, it's good. It's true. Where did this mana come from? But yeah, no, if you like the idea of like mana carrying over, there's a lot of ways to do that.
Swiftly.
That's the lore of Phyrexia mana. Yeah, Phyrexian mana comes from Phyrexia. It's the point of it, yeah. There's a lot more complexities to it, and I will immediately just point at, if you want to know a lot more of those complexities, go, it's best to ask Matthew, because he actually knows a lot of that stuff. Unlike me, where I can make judgments and assumptions based on the knowledge I have. But yeah, like, Phyrexian mana is from Phyrexia, basically. You sacrifice HP to Phyrexia to give you mana? Well, I mean, it sacrifices in general, but yeah. I mean, Phyrexia, so you do know what Phyrexian mana is, though, in mechanics, right? If I said I'm gonna use 2 black Phyrexian mana, you would know what I can do with that, right? But yeah, no, to my full understanding, Phyrexia mana comes from Phyrexia. That's the point. Because it's all multiverse related. That's what Phyrexia is, very multiversity sort of thing. You can pay HP or black mana, correct. It's 2 health or 1 of that mana is what Phyrexian mana is. That's why Omnath's so good, because it's his Omnath Locus of All is Wooburg, except his black mana is Phyrexian black.
I cannot do that.
I thought it was black only. No. That's why I was saying, like, Locus of All is great, because then what Locus of All does is that unspent mana turns into black mana, so you can just, like, fuck around and find out. That's why we also said the other one was so good, because it's about retaining, it's a mono green, and it's all about retaining your green mana. So you just have only green mana producing shit, and you just generate a lot of it, and it gets stats based on your floating green mana. So there's a lot of instances of these cards being quite interesting and good. Has main black, due to the twisted color pie, but all colors have Phyrexian color. Yeah, like, there is a, well, because that's the thing, is there's a Praetor for every color, correct? It's Ginger Taxis for, blue. It's Vorinclex for green. It's Alish Nor for white. It's Gex for black? I have no fucking idea who's red, I'll be honest. I think I've remembered that correctly. I don't know who Red is though, at all, off the top of my head. I've never seen any, the Phyrexian dude for Red ever played, so I don't remember it. Ginger taxes. But no, it's ginger taxes. Is an asshole, he is. Shieldred for black? Oh, fuck yeah, Shieldred's for black. Yeah, Gix is old Phyrexia. Sorry, yeah, no, I don't know what I was fucking thinking. And yeah, that's right, Urbask, yeah. I remember him, I just don't remember him, if that makes sense. Like, I can't even see in my head what he looks like. Which is kind of the problem, right? Is there a colorless one for Phyrexia? No. I don't think there's a Phyrexian Praetor for colorless. There is a lot of other ones for stuff, because there's technically also, I'm blanking on her name. The fucking Phyrexian Angel, which is basically like kind of the closest you get to a more like encompassing global point. She's still only 4 colors though. I can't remember her name. How am I blanking on her name? Atraxa, thank you, Atraxa, yeah. Praetor's voice and yada yada yada. There's the 2 versions of him. Yeah, she's not the leader, no. Alice, technically all of the Praetors are their own leaders for their own kind of factions, if I recall correctly, and they all kind of work together, but I think Alice Nor was the one that got the most power of the lot. Let's see. In lore, Alice Nor invites all of the other Praetors to complete her, and Urbask refuses. So that's why she doesn't have red. Ah! Interesting.
Stand with me.
Fascinating. Hell of a choice to make, though.
Annihilation commencing. I must be decisive.
Changing the subject, started playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Dude, I'm getting told so much of what I need to play for those, and I'm like, so wanting to play.
This day.
Okay, yeah, he's figured out that he's lost, cool. I won this the moment this was the matchup. This is the problem with this deck, is it's got so many good matchups into the meta. I expect there to be builds to counteract this, so it's either gonna get nerfed or it's gonna get people teching to deal with it. I don't know what you do to tech to build this against this deck, by the way. I will say that. Not correct. Urbask sided with the rebel on New Phyrexia in the end, aiding in the burning of the realm. Oh, Oh, okay. Didn't like it much. Fair enough. No, I mean, like, to my understanding as well with a lot of it, it's because, like, Alice Nor got her power because she would send things back. She, like, amassed one of the larger armies of the Praetors, didn't she? I think that, if I recall correctly, that was one of the aspects as well. Because I know Gitaxis was an ass. He's pretty evil. He invaded a few places, right? He invaded a few planes. Don't know how much you want me to tell you about it. I would prefer to find out my own when I come to experience it. I've had enough people explain stuff to me that I think I'm pretty content that I don't want to be hearing much more about those games until I play them. I enjoy Final Fantasy, and I want to enjoy playing through them myself. Alright? Like, I know enough to know that I'm going to enjoy playing through most of them. I'm going to be interested to see as the games change and progress and, like, the sheer difference between a lot of them, right? Her twist. Yeah, like, that's the thing. Is, like, I'm pretty sure Alice Norn was, like, the strongest of the Praetors. To my understanding. That's why she held so much power. Ginger Taxis was pretty up there as well. Because he also did a lot of invading. But I think he invaded in the name of the Phyrexians as a group. Vorinclex, I don't know shit other than he was like fucking messing around with certain planes. And yeah, I mean, Sheoldred was also a big problem, right? I mean, to be fair, all of the Phyrexian Praetors were big problems, so, you know. Think you're gonna like their original more? See, that's what one of the things I've heard a lot. I'm gonna say this now. People, I think, maybe overvalue how much I like old games. I'm gonna probably like both for different reasons. Because I'm gonna play both. I'm gonna definitely make an effort to try and play both at some point. I'm probably gonna play the original first, though. That'll definitely be my intention, is to play the original first. By the way, can you tell that I'm someone that played, played Magic the Gathering since only Foundations launched? With the amount of random lore shit that I know now and all that. Alright, fireball my fucking Wind Fury dude. How rude. How rude. Oh, are they a no minions deck? Interesting. The fuck do you do with this deck? This sounds terrible. How do you do a no minions deck nowadays?
Nightmares are never forgotten.
Not gonna lie, there was a very real consideration with the Ceaseless Expanse getting +2/+2 and elusive. Because that just means I'm putting down a 12/12 body after board wiping, which is really good. The philosophy for Phyrexia is color pie punch to the extreme. Fair. Worst part of a cold is working at home. Dude, I permanently work at home. I kind of actually get what you mean, though. I remember being ill doing my degree. That was awful. Because you're like at home and you're like, I just don't want to work, and I'm in the perfect space to not work. Thanks, buddy. You blew up my dude, which means I get more shit. Oh, I don't get it yet. Whoops. The fucking defense crystal hasn't died. I'm an idiot. Well, that's gonna be a problem for later me. It's not even pain, I just can't hear my thoughts, and they're, yeah. No, I know, like, okay, so weird thing to explain, and I think this is kind of what Roger's talking about as well. So I have multi-track thinking. I think about, like, fucking several different things at a given time. It's why I can sound, like, so amalgamated with my discussion points. And I go all over the place with random shit. The problem I have is when I get sick, less of those tracks are available to me until I get to one track where I can only think, and I suffer miserably in that situation. I do not do well when I can only think about one thing. Also, what the fuck just happened that turn? I just did some nasty shit there. Don't mind me. Let's see. Too used to the social handicap, we use, yeah. Same rate of method as a normal person. Like, it sounds horrible to say, but yes, that is actually how it feels. Feels to shoot 5 gal. Like, it's a weird thing to explain though, because I know so many people sit there and go, what the fuck are you on about? Right, take Ginger Text, for example. Due to the color of progress and knowledge that Ginger Text, he'll always be trying to perfect completion to an obsession. Hello, New Phyrexia is full of eyes to watch. No, you're all good, Matthew. I mean, like, thank you for answering that, though. That's fascinating. It's really, really interesting to me finding out some of these things. Because, like, it's not stuff that I would naturally find out about unless I really dug for it. Damn, how do you live like that? I wouldn't be able to focus at all, and I'm just like, I don't have all of them, can't hear any of them. Use a version all at once. Yeah, it's something weird to, like, it is very much, think of an entire whiteboard and like 5 people working at it at one time is how the brain works for me. And like, all of that makes sense. Because it's like, while they're all working on separate subjects, I can cohesively think about them when I need to.
Runic strike!
It's a very strange, like, way to think. I mean, like, there was a long time where a lot of, like, automated things that the brain does, I had to do manually because of the way things were for how my health and stuff was. So breathing I had to do manually for years. I'm still kind of doing it manually. Also, have fun now, you're breathing manually.
I cannot do that.
There we go. Virinclex, which entire layer of Phyrexia is based on survival of the fittest, pushed to the extreme. Yeah, that's what I fucking thought I remembered. Because it's literally just he goes around and hunts. That was the one thing about Vorinclex I kind of remembered. That's why I was like, I'm pretty sure he just fucks around in the plains, right? So that's what he's doing. Yeah, yeah. Okay, I was slightly wrong. Dude, I love how I'm playing Hearthstone and I'm learning about fucking goddamn magic lore. This is the best. I love this shit, man. This is the best part about streaming, is not doing what you're doing, but you're doing what you're doing. What does this turn into? Okay, yep.
I have seen creation, and I will bring destruction.
Do we want to just kill him? We can just kill this person at any time. I think we let them have some false hope for a bit longer. So again, do they have more health than this has damage? No, they do not. Ooh. Hey, it gets them further with the board wipe. Oh, thank you. Oh, yes, yes, yes. God damn it, my nose is itching, and it's on the inside. I think I've got, I think something scratched it, and I was just like, it's painful. Painful, man. Oh, god damn it.
Runic strike!
Lastly, Urbask, who doesn't people who doesn't want to, though he does kill them if they refuse, and allows the completed person to make their own form. All he wants is to be left alone. Fair enough, though. I get that, buddy. A fire secret that's basically only explosive, right? I could just dump one of these into it. Dump that until let it get blow up.
I'm low on cards.
Few cards remain.
Alright, there we go. But Norn forces his hand, meaning he moved to aid the rebels due to what Red is creativity and freedom. Ah. That makes sense. That makes sense. Dude, Phyrexian lore is kind of the coolest, one of the coolest lores, from what I've seen of the stuff. Which is funny, because yeah, we fucking opened 2 Phyrexian packs earlier. That was what we grabbed from last night. I got some infecting boys. Even got a poison token.
I've exhausted my deck.
Every creature faces a choice. Serve another, or die alone.
back to the hole I go. I mean, I need to. This is gonna be my last game, because I'm dragging this out as long as I damn well can. This person has been dead for like several turns. Old Phyrexia is cool too, and technically started in Dominaria. Oh. Oh yeah, isn't, cause it's to do with fucking, what's his name? The like, iron golem looking dude from Dominaria, right? I'm blanking on his name. But he's like, I must kill all of the Phyrexia, whatever. I'm actually blanking on his name. He's a very artifact synergy planeswalker though. Khan, yeah. But it started with Yawgmoth. Okay. So how long do you think it's gonna take for this guy to like concede? I'm just curious at this point, right? Because, like, my armor is more than his health alone, and that's just excluding the fact that there is, this here, which is now a 6488. Just keep producing these threats, man, it's great. Look, I only toy with people in Hearthstone when, like, I don't know why he's still in this game. Like, it's okay to concede in a 1v1, I feel, in these sorts of situations, right? Am I that cruel? Am I really that mean of a person? Am I giving him too much false hope? Made the gasoline oil, later Phyrexia, the oil was detained, the war released again. And that's when the Urza saga happens. Oh, okay. Because, yeah, like, in the Phyrexia stuff, I know that there's a lot of, like, oil counters and stuff like that, and I didn't realize that was kind of like that. That's it. Oh. And that's where you get, yeah, Urza and Mishra start their fucking bullshit, right? They're on their bullshit. The fuck is you? Oh no, that's a terrible card. I'm not playing that. I'll give him one more turn. I'll give him one more turn, and then I'm just gonna kill him next turn. The oil is the source of Phyrexia? Phyrexis? Ah. Interesting.
8 combatants enter, and I take the crown.
I love this man trying so hard. Can we just give this man some credit that, like, they've been doing all they can to maintain being in this game. Right, like, they've been sticking hard into this for the longest time. feel like they deserve like a hearty clap at least, right? Cool, because we're just gonna kill them now, because this is just taking too long. So I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna do the damage. Deal damage equal to the starship's attack, split amongst random enemies. Mango overkilled it. Oh, explosive runes. I'm gonna have to stop fucking around with this deck very soon. This is one that I'm gonna keep aside for if I want to hit legend. Is basically what I'm gonna do. Unless they nerf it. I wouldn't be surprised if they'd nerf it potentially. I'm gonna be honest, the stats on the fucking things that summon shit back, little too high, I think. So again, if we look at this quickly, the idea is you recurse, you do recursion for the Arcanite Defense Crystal with the Ravenous Fellhound. Ravenous Fellhound, resurrect friendly death rattle minion that costs 4 or less, summon a copy of it. You summon that, and then you get the Ferocious Fellbat, which then resurrects the Ravenous Fellhunter and a copy of it as well. So it's this cycle of getting a shitload of this stuff. And there's so many ways to just make your starship insanely big. And on top of that, because you do have access to one of the better starship parts, which is Russian Wind Fury, you do amazing. To those that might not know, Rush is you're allowed to attack a minion. Yeah, you're allowed to attack a minion upon summoning. It has half summoning sick, basically. It's not allowed to hit the enemy hero, it's allowed to hit the enemy minions. Wind Fury means that it can attack a second time. Wyvern Rogue, Phyrexian Sleeper Agent hold back due to his spark. Oh, interesting. But yeah, so this is a disgusting build that I don't know. I don't think it needs to be nerfed. I think the meta needs to adjust to it though. We'll see how that goes, because it's got so much potential for just running out of control. And just controlling the board, especially with Kill Jadine. I know it's Kill Jaden, I just keep saying the Kill Jadine. In case you're not familiar with this one, replaces your deck with an endless portal of demons. Each turn, they gain an additional +1/+1. So end of turn, they'll get +2/+2, sorry, permanently upgrading and increasing. So it's scary, and it means that you're getting random demons, so not always they're going to be great, but like also I could just draw about 3 or 4 of them and you can never deck out. So it's insanely good. Stop now. That's fair. I mean, like I said, I'm gonna be finishing up here as well because I'm gonna get ready for we have the last property like open thing that I know of for now happening today. So hopefully we're not gonna have to deal with this again next week. But keep in mind, next week's schedule is going to look a little bit more all over the place. Because it is when I'm moving, so I need to ensure that the last few days are made available. Next Friday will be last stream, until I come back, is the short answer. So, keep that in mind. Yeah, so, good lord, that means that this is the last, like, normal-ish week for potentially ever. We'll see how it goes. So with all that being the case, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. You're awesome. Stay awesome. And I hope to see you again next time. Until then, you know, good old bye-bye. Playing the cards in the car? Hell yeah.